No one move! This is a robbery! Is that not what it is?
Everything before that's locked in the safe.
Then open it!
I can't!
Put in the code!
It's on a time lock!
Well,
Until 6 a.m.
Okay, well, I think, yeah. Well, we have this sort of weird, this sort of weird codependent relationship between each other, where my character has to sort of be led and looked after by Ray's character, but as the story progresses, there's a weird sort of power shift or power dynamic where Ray's character realises maybe he isn't in control as much as he thought he was, sort of thing. Maybe, is that a good summary?
It's a great summary, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we met first time in a play that we did at the Trafalgar Studios called, what was it called? In My Name?
Yeah.
In My Name. Wonderful, wonderful play. And so we met on that, and we bonded, became mates, but I just remember during that time that he was the funniest guy I'd ever met. And so we kind of talked about doing an idea together, and that conversation went on for a while, and I threw that out to Simon, who's who I frequently collaborate with, and I said, you know, I want to work with this guy, Adeel. Let's just start throwing ideas around. And so we kind of threw a few ideas, and that went back and forward for ages, and then one day, it was just quite loose. It was quite loose at that time, and then suddenly Simon came to me and went, I think I've got it. And he came up with the idea, the concept for convenience, and I was just like, that's the one. It was just the simplicity of it that I love so much, and I just thought it was manageable. You know, from a producing point of view, we could do it. We could do it for low budget. We could fit it into people's schedules. We didn't have to cross any red tape. We were going to be completely in creative control, and that appealed to me. And sent it over to this man. He read it. Well, actually, prior to that, we'd all met up and we'd been throwing ideas around. I've still got videos on my iPhone of us sitting in a pub, throwing ideas around, and that's where you came up with the whole baby thing.
Yeah. The woo, that one. Yeah.
And so you know, and then Simon went away and wrote the most incredible script, and here we are today.
We talked about it a bit before. It's like we were in a fridge for a bit, and it's the moment what I was sort of chatting about before, that moment where there's like a little bit of where we just sort of power dynamic shift a little bit, and we have a bit of a scream at each other, sort of heightened dramatic scene, but we couldn't get the words out because we were laughing too much through sort of sleep deprivation and not nourishing ourselves well with enough food and stuff. We're just kind of like, we're trying really hard to say these really simple lines, but it was worryingly difficult. You know what I mean? That loss of control.
Full day of trying to do
man,
that.
it was
The pressure was immense.
The pressure,
the pressure, because I'm supposed to be setting the tone here as a producer of the film, and we were running 20 minutes over anyway. We had a manager of the location on a warpath that we weren't out in time, and we had to get the shot.
Because he had to open up his shop.
He had to open up his shop, and it was so important. And so we got the crew guys at the back are just kind of keeping him kind of calm and cool. And we still, at this point, cannot contain ourselves.
But it looks like you're having fun when you're laughing like that.
But
you're
it's
not.
Scary.
You're
inside, you're just dying.
You're trying to will yourself to stop it. And then it's just us two laughing, and everybody else is like, waiting.
And ironically, the most serious scene in the film, right? So it's like, and we just cannot do it. I mean, it's amazing now because we laugh at it, and I look back over the gag reel, we've got a gag reel, right? And I look back over that and I see those moments, and it just springs a smile to my face because so many fond memories. For me, that moment just kind of epitomizes the whole film. I go back and I watch that, and it just reminds me of what an amazing time we had. But at the time, at that moment, it was the scariest thing. I mean, there's a moment where you're going to me, right, just calm down, we can do this. No, look at me, we can do this.
It's true. That's all
and
true.
then we get it in. So what happens is, Ben, my line producer, who's getting grief from manager outside, storms into the fridge and gives us a massive rollicking. And then we kind of shat ourselves, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah, he told us off. Because he's a very, I mean, we're answering this question quite, it was just a very simple question, but he was a very sweet man, and he's like, but he shouted, and I think we both turned it, yeah, we sort of went back into being children again.
I don't actually. I used to be really embarrassed about saying, I'm an actor, writer, director, producer, and used to be embarrassed about saying it, but only recently, like in recent months, I've learned to embrace it and not be shy of saying that, and you know, and proud of the fact that I'm trying to be a hybrid and do different things, and you know, I'm also really self-aware, so if I thought I wasn't succeeding in any of those things, or I was shit at doing it, I'd kind of go, right, give that up and just concentrate on something else. For next for me, I think the thing for me, it changes, everything changes, you know? But I think next I want to concentrate on directing film, and I think that'll be the next step. Certainly until I get itchy feet again and then want to do something else, yeah. Developing a couple of features that I want to direct. And I think I'd like to get back on stage as well quite soon. Yeah, that would be nice. I'm kind of getting that feeling of wanting to be in front of a live audience again.
I'm doing, I've got a release of Pan, where I'm playing a character called Smee, and that's happening there. And then got a Christmas Carol, the play, which you should all come to. It'll be really fun, I think. And also a BBC drama. There was a Murder by My Boyfriend, but it's Murdered by My Father, where I engage in a small amount of honour killing.
Right now, releasing this movie, like in all honesty, in absolute all honesty, this is like, the film was one of the hardest things I've done in my life, right? As a actor and producer, and having to be so on it for that small amount of time. And so now we're coming to release the film, and in true independent spirit, we're releasing the film ourselves. I just don't know when to stop sometimes. I shouldn't learn when to call it a day. But this is the hardest thing ever. Releasing your own movie to the world because you believe in it so much and you want as many people to see it as possible, it's a really hard task. I'm a perfectionist as well, which makes everything that much harder. So yeah, I find myself getting deeper and deeper into this, and it's just like, what am I doing? And suddenly now you can't get out, you're just swimming in it. And yeah, it's a baby, you need to keep nurturing it, right? And one day you can say, go fend for yourself.
This is not how they do robbery in Russia.
You having a good day?
I've had better.